Good evening, my dear students. Welcome to you to my channel DJ to Learn with Mukesh. Today in this video, we will discuss the summary notes from the chapter Environment, class 7th, Geography. So, in this video, we will discuss the summary notes. Then we will also discuss question answers from the chapter. So, without being late, let us start the video. So, students, you might have listened people saying that he or she got supportive environment. That's why he or she secured good mark in the examination. So, students, what do you mean here by supportive environment? So, the student might have got a good guide teacher, some good study materials, and appropriate time also for study. So these are the part of his or her environment which brought success for him or her in the examination. So what do you mean by environment? So basically environment is our surrounding, the things which we see and use for everyday activities, even from a small sheet of paper to big tall buildings. That means the place, people, things, and nature that surround a living organism is called its environment. So everything those surround us, those all are the parts of our environment. The place, people, things, nature, all those things which surround us are the togetherly called our environment. So here in this picture you can see sun is here, some trees are here, grassland is here, sky is here. All those are parts of our environment. So let us go to the next slide. How do human beings modify this natural environment? So the car fumes pollute the air, water is collected in a pot, food is served in vessels, and land is used to build factories. Human beings make cars, mills, factories, and manufacture containers. This is how human beings modify natural environment. So students, human beings have the only capacity to modify this natural environment? No, every living creature and non-living things also can modify this environment, but human beings are those part who modify the natural environment very vigorously. Different human activities gradually changes our surrounding environment. So we have to take care of our what we call work, what we are doing. So we should have to do some work which should not harm to our environment. We should not cause harm to our environment, because if we cause harmful for our environment, then that will finally will give us adverse effect from our environment. So let's go to the next slide. Components of environment. So basically components of environment are natural, human made, and human. So in natural component there are land, that is your lithosphere, then air, that is your atmosphere, then water, that is your hydrosphere, and living things, those are your biosphere. So we will discuss all these spheres, all the natural components later in this video. Then human made. Human made buildings, parks, bridges, roads, industries, monuments, these are all human made components of our environment. Then human. Human, individual, family, community, religion, educational, economic, political situation, all these are included in human components of environment. So what is the difference between human made and human? Human component means itself, it contains human, individual, one person, family, you know, are social animal. So human beings are social animal. So they live with their family. Then uh, some families grouping staying together builds forms community. So individual, family, community, then they have some religions also. Different religions are here. Then educational, then economic, then political situation. All these are your human components of environment. Human made means those things which are made by human beings. Buildings, parks, bridges, roads, industries, monuments, these all are made by our human beings. So there are basically three components of environment. First one is your natural. In natural, land is there, lithosphere, then air is there, atmosphere, water is there, hydrosphere, and living things are there, which are called your biosphere. Then human made, buildings, parks, bridges, roads, monuments, industry, these are all are human made. Then human, individual, family, community, religion, educational, economic, and political situation. These all are human components of environment. Then next is natural environment. So what is natural environment? Land, water, air, plants and animals comprise the natural environment. So natural environment is a combination of biotic and abiotic components. So what do you mean by biotic component? Biotic component includes all the living organisms, plants, animals, fungus, bacteria. These all are biotic component. Then water, abiotic component. Abiotic component includes all the non-living elements: rock, soil, land, water, air. All these are abiotic component. So basically, environment is a combination of some biotic and some abiotic component. Biotic component means all the living organisms, plants, animals, fungus, bacteria, all these are biotic. Abiotic means non-living elements, that are rock, soil, land, water, air. These are abiotic. Next is your the four magic domains of the earth. So the four magic domains of the earth are atmosphere, that is air, hydrosphere, water, lithosphere, land, then biosphere. Biosphere, where all the other three spheres are interact with each other. So in that region where atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere interact with each other, there we can see our biosphere. That means for living organisms, these all three are very important to sustain life. Lithosphere, land is important. Atmosphere, air is important. Hydrosphere, water is also important. So where all these three, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere interact with each other, there we can see biosphere, means living organisms. Those are plants, animals, and your microbes, fungus, all the what we call biotic components. Then next is your, then we will discuss all the spheres. Then first is your lithosphere. Lithosphere is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks and minerals and covered by a thin layer that is called your soil. So lithosphere is made up of rocks and minerals. This is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth, and it is also covered by a thin layer that is called your soil. So it is an irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, valley, etc. So these are some landforms which are formed on the lithosphere, that is land. Landforms are found over the continents and also on the ocean floors. So also some landforms are found also over the continents and also ocean floors. For example, your island. So this landform is found on the ocean floor. Then lithosphere. Lithosphere is the domain that provides us forest, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture, and human settlements. So we make our home on land. We also use grasslands for grazing of our domestic animals, of our cattle, then land for our agriculture. So it is also a source of mineral wealth. We also get minerals from mining from the land. Okay. So next, hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is referred to water. It comprises various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. It is necessary for all living organisms. So basically, hydrosphere or water bodies are two types. salt water and your what we call your fresh water. So two types of water are there. So your river, ocean, these are your fresh water, and lakes and seas are your salt water. Then the domain of water is referred to as hydrosphere. It comprises various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. It is essential for all living organisms. So next slide. Atmosphere. Atmosphere is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. The gravitational force of the earth holds the atmosphere around. It protects us from the harmful rays and the scorching heat of the sun. So atmosphere is nothing, it is a thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. The gravitational force of earth holds the atmosphere around. So atmosphere is bounded by the earth due to its gravitational force. Because gravitational gravity is there, that's why our earth is able to hold the atmosphere surrounding it. Then what we call the work of atmosphere? What does it do? It protects us from the harmful rays and the scorching heat of the sun. It also what we call absorbs the ultraviolet rays from sun, which is very dangerous for us. Then it consists of a number of gases, dust and water vapor. So atmosphere is consisting of a number of gases, different gases are there, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, so many gases are there. Then dust and water vapor also present there. Then the changes in the atmosphere produce changes in weather and climate. So if there will be change in the atmosphere, then it will also simultaneously there will be change in weather and climate. So then biosphere. So biosphere, it is the narrow zone of the earth where land, water and air interact with each other to support life. We have already discussed that where lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere will interact with each other, there you can find your biosphere. Biosphere means plant and animal kingdom. Both plant and animal kingdom together make biosphere. Then plant and animal kingdom together make biosphere or the living world. It is a narrow zone of the earth where lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere, that means land, water and air interact with each other to support life. So to support life, land, water and air are the most essential things. All these are available in our earth. That's why earth is a planet where life sustains. Okay, then next. So next is ecosystem. What is ecosystem? An ecosystem includes all of the living things, that means plants, animals and organisms in a given area interacting with each other and also with their non-living environments, weather, earth, sun, soil, climate and atmosphere. That means ecosystem includes all the living things and all the non-living things also, which these two interact with each other. So an ecosystem that you can find interaction between the living things, that means plants, animals and organisms, with the non-living things. Those are your weather, earth, sun, soil and climate and atmosphere. The next is, so it is a system formed by the interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical and chemical factors of the environment in which they live, all linked by transfer of energy and material. So in an ecosystem, there is transfer of energy and material. There is 10% energy transfer law. You will know about that law in your upper classes. Then so there is an interaction between the living and non-living components of an ecosystem. Then there could be an ecosystem of large rainforest, grassland, desert, mountains, lake, river, ocean, and even a small pond. So ecosystems are maybe large ecosystem and maybe small ecosystem. For example, the ecosystem of forest, grassland, desert, mountains, lake, river, and ocean are large. And the ecosystem that we found in a small pond, that is a small ecosystem. Then points to remember. So environment is derived from a French word environner or environner, meaning neighborhood. So environment is the term which is derived from a French word, that is environner, which means neighborhood. Then on 5th June every year, the World Environment Day is celebrated. So we celebrate World Environment Day, or Environment Day is selected all over the world on June 5th every year to aware about environment. Then barter system. It is a trade in which goods are exchanged without the use of money. That means without using money, we can also exchange different things. Uh, for example, you can give rice and you can bring dal. So this is a system where we don't use money. Without using money, we can also exchange our goods. That system is called a barter system. Then human environment. Human beings interact with the environment and modify it according to their need. So human beings have the capacity to what we call change the environment in order to get the materials that those it needs from the environment. So we modify our environment according to our need. We make buildings to stay. We use water. We use air. All these things from all the components from the environment we use as per our need. Then humans learn new ways to use and change environment. They learn to grow crops, domesticate animals, and lead a settled life. The wheel was invented, surplus food was produced, barter system emerged. Barter system means it is a trade in which goods are exchanged without the use of money. Then trade started and commerce developed. Industrial revolution enabled large scale production. So when industrial revolution was there, so by industrial revolution, our production has been grown up. Then transportation became faster. Information revolution made communication easier and speedy across the world. So day by day, we are changing. We are what we call improving our surrounding environment by creating adverse effect to our environment. Wherever by we are increasing day by day, we are yes getting development in the field of transportation, production, industry, settlement, food factory. So in all these things we are growing, but we are without knowing or unknowingly we are creating adverse effect to our environment. So we should have to take care of our environment also. The next question answer. Now we will discuss some important question answers from that from this chapter. So question number one is, what is an ecosystem? So an ecosystem is a community in a given area where living organisms interact with each other and their immediate surroundings, including non-livings. So ecosystem is nothing, it is a community in a given area where living organisms interact with each other and also with their surrounding, with their what we call non-living components of that environment. Then what do you mean by natural environment? The environment which is created by nature comprises of land, water, air, plants and animals is known as natural environment. Then which are the major components of the environment? The major components of the environment are natural environment, human environment and human made environment. So in natural environment, you can include land, water, soil, plants, animals. Then in human environment, you can include human beings, then their family, then their community, their social what social functions, then their educational functions, their political situations. All these are human environment. Then human made environment. So in this you will include uh, those things which are made by human, temples, monuments, house, buildings, parks, all these are human made environment. What is the difference between human made and human environment? Human environment is consisting of taking human being, for example individual beings, individual humans, then your family, then community. So these are included in human environment. Then human made means those things which are made by human, temples, houses, different things made by human, monuments, parks, these all are human made environment. Then next, give four examples of human made environment. So four examples of human made environment are vehicles, buildings, roads and parks. You can also write there are different human-made environments. You can write also. Then what is lithosphere? Lithosphere is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth, which is made of rocks and minerals and covered by a thin layer which is called your soil. Then which are the two major components of biotic environment? So the two major components of biotic environment are plants and animals. Then what is biosphere? Biosphere is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water and air, lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere interact with each other to support life. It consists of plant and animal kingdom together. The next, man modifies his environment. Give reasons. Why do man modify his environment? Man modifies his environment because they are capable of modifying it according to their need and live comfortable life. Live comfortable life. So to live comfortable life, we generally modify our environment as per our need. Human learn new ways to use and change environment and invented many things. Industrial revolution enabled large scale production. Transportation became faster. Information revolution made communication easier and speedy across the world. So to have a better life, to develop our transportation, information technology, industrial process and large scale production in field means in agriculture, in every sector, or to improve, to have a what we call comfortable life, we are changing our environment. Then plants and animals depend on each other. Give reasons. Why do they depend on each other? Plants and animals depend on each other for their sustainability. Sustainability means to sustain life, to live their life. Animals consume plants as they are the only producers and also takes oxygen from them. Plants are dependent on animals as they give out carbon dioxide, which is important for photosynthesis. So you know animals can't produce their own food. So animals consume food from plants. Plants are the producers. Means they can produce what we call food. Then from them we can consume our food. So we are consumers. Animals are consumers and plants are producers. And also takes oxygen from them. So also plants throw out oxygen when we get that oxygen from them. Then plants are also dependent on animals as they give out carbon dioxide, which is important for photosynthesis. So plants are producers and animals are consumers. Animals consume food from plant. So to produce food, plants go through a process that is called photosynthesis. So in this process, plants produce food. So for photosynthesis, carbon dioxide gas is needed, and that gas they get from what we call animals. So plants get carbon dioxide from animals and they make food. They form food by the process photosynthesis and then animals consume the food from the plants. So animals are consumers and plants are producers. Also, dead remains of animal provide nutrients to the plants. So that's why plants and animals depend on each other for their sustainability to live to sustain their life on the earth. And next, some MCQ questions are here. We will discuss. Question number one: which is not a natural ecosystem? Desert, aquarium, forest. So desert and forest are natural components. So these are natural ecosystem. These are the part of natural ecosystem. But aquarium is not a natural ecosystem. This is a man-made, human-made, uh, what we call component. Then question two: which is not a component of human environment? Land, religion, community. So religion and community are formed by human by taking human. So religion and community are the component of human environment. So land is not a component of a human environment. The next question: which is a human-made environment? Mountain, sea, road. Mountain and sea are natural component. So they are not made by human, but road is made by human. So road is a human-made environment. Then the last question: which is a threat to environment? Growing plant, growing population, growing crops. If plant grows, if crops grow, then there will be no problem for our environment and for also us. But if population grows, then this will adversely affect our environment. So this is a threat to our environment. So thank you students for watching the video. Okay, so wish you a good luck. So study well, enjoy your life, and enjoy the quarantine. Sorry, enjoy the lockdown, study well, and have a bright future. Thank you all.